When it comes to carbohydrates, not all are created equal, and few distinctions are more important than that between starch and refined sugar. While both eventually break down into glucose to fuel the body, the path they take to get there and the impact they have along the way couldn't be more different. Starch, especially the kind found in whole, fiber-rich foods, is what we call a slow carb, a complex carbohydrate that digests gradually, delivering a steady, sustained source of energy. Refined sugar, on the other hand, is a fast carb. It enters the bloodstream rapidly, causing spikes in blood sugar and insulin that leave the body scrambling to recover. From a metabolic standpoint, slow carbs are clearly the better choice. They support balance, satiety, and long-term health in a way that fast carbs simply can't. At the center of this difference is digestion speed. Starches, particularly those in legumes, whole grains, and starchy vegetables like sweet potatoes and squash, are made up of long chains of glucose molecules bound together. These chains take time to break apart, especially when they're surrounded by natural fibers and nutrients. The result is a slow release of glucose into the bloodstream, keeping energy levels stable and hunger at bay. This slow-burning effect helps the body maintain a balanced insulin response, insulin being the hormone that regulates blood sugar and controls fat storage. Refined sugars, however, are already broken down or nearly so. Whether it's table sugar, high-fructose corn syrup, or the hidden sugars in sodas, pastries, and processed snacks, these fast-acting carbs flood the bloodstream almost immediately after consumption. Blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, and the body responds by quickly shuttling the sugar into cells, often overshooting and causing blood sugar to crash. That crash is what leaves people tired, cranky, and craving more sugar just a few hours later. This roller coaster effect doesn't just sap energy, it disrupts metabolism and, over time, contributes to insulin resistance, fat gain, and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. The benefits of starch over sugar extend far beyond blood sugar control. Slow carbs like those in oats, lentils, barley, and brown rice are rich in fiber, which not only slows digestion but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in the gut. This promotes the production of short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which reduce inflammation, support immune function, and help regulate appetite. Fiber also adds bulk to the diet without adding calories, enhancing feelings of fullness and reducing the risk of overeating. Fast carbs, in contrast, often contain little to no fiber, meaning they digest rapidly but leave the stomach empty soon after, increasing the likelihood of snacking and excess calorie intake. From a cardiovascular perspective, the contrast is also clear. Diets high in refined sugars have been linked to elevated triglycerides, lower HDL, good cholesterol, and increased markers of inflammation, all risk factors for heart disease. On the other hand, diets that prioritize complex starches from whole foods tend to improve lipid profiles, lower blood pressure, and reduce overall cardiovascular risk. The body thrives on the consistent, moderate glucose supply that slow carbs provide, rather than the metabolic chaos caused by sugar overload. Even brain function is affected. Although both starch and sugar eventually become glucose, the brain's preferred fuel, the way they deliver that fuel matters greatly. Slow carbs provide a steady stream of energy that supports focus, memory, and mood. Refined sugars may offer a quick burst of mental clarity, but it's short-lived, often followed by fatigue and poor concentration. Moreover, chronically high sugar intake has been linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline, whereas fiber-rich diets built on whole starches tend to protect the brain and reduce inflammation that contributes to neurological aging. One of the most compelling reasons to choose starch over sugar is how it aligns with the body's natural rhythms. The human metabolism evolved to process carbohydrates that are bound up in the tough fibers of roots, grains, and beans, not isolated sugars extracted and concentrated into candies, syrups, and soft drinks. The difference is like comparing a campfire to fireworks. One provides warmth and light that lasts, while the other flares up fast, burns out quickly, and leaves a mess behind. Starches from real foods offer the kind of reliable, clean-burning energy that the body can handle smoothly. It's important to be clear, not all starches are ideal. Highly refined starches like white bread, crackers, and processed cereals can act more like sugars in the body, especially when stripped of fiber and eaten alone. But when starch comes in its whole, unrefined form, like in lentils, quinoa, farro, and root vegetables, it provides a wealth of health benefits. These foods are not just tolerated by the body, they are welcomed. They contribute to metabolic stability, digestive health, cardiovascular protection, and even emotional resilience. So, in the question of starch versus sugar, the answer is not about cutting all carbs, but about choosing the ones that work with your body, not against it. Whole food starches offer nourishment that unfolds gradually, supporting your systems without overwhelming them. They calm the highs and lows, satisfy without overstimulating, and provide real sustenance that helps you feel grounded, clear, and in control. In contrast, refined sugars may deliver immediate gratification, but it comes at a cost: instability, inflammation, and a host of long-term risks that no sweet treat is worth. By replacing fast carbs with slow, starch-based alternatives, you're not just choosing better fuel, you're choosing better health. One bowl of beans, one slice of whole grain bread, one baked sweet potato at a time, you're giving your body what it really needs: steady energy, calm metabolism, and the strength to thrive.